My name is Prashant and today's video is all about how we can use Angular animations in Angular 8. So for the purpose of this demo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to my R&D folder that is in my E drive. So E drive, Angular practice. So if I go to my practice demo, I see that it is having nothing. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new Angular application, that is ng new Angular animations demo. So once these animations project is being created, after that what I'm going to show you is like how we can do animations using Angular. So now as you can see, like it has started creating some folders and files for me, and it is right now installing the project dependencies in my application. So let's wait till the dependencies have been installed. As we can see that our dependencies have been installed. Now what I am going to do is I am going to use Visual Studio Code for editing my code base. So I have just started Visual Studio Code. So once my Visual Studio Code is loaded, what I am going to do is I am going to go into the app folder, and inside this app component.html I will simply remove all these. I will simply create one button for my animation purpose. I will simply say this should this button should be invoked on animate method, which I will create shortly. So let me name this as animate. Also, after creating this button, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a div with a style of height 100 pixel and width also 100 pixel. So basically I am creating a square. After doing this, what I will do is I will go in my app component.ts folder, and I will simply add animations in my component section. So I am saying animations, and over here what I am going to do is I am going to take a array, and inside array I need to have a trigger, right? So for using this trigger, what I need to do is I need to import trigger from @angular / animations. So once I have loaded this trigger, what I will do is I will simply create a tick trigger. So let's say I want to create a div stage. So for this division state, what I want to do is I want to run certain states. So for running the state, I'm using this state variable. Over here, I need to pass the state. For that, I am saying normal. One state would be normal. We should be having a style. We should be having a style. So for the style, what we can do is we can provide some background color. So I will simply say background color should be by default red. Also, what I am going to do is I am going to use transform, and I will say transform x and pass 0th position, or we can say translate, transform or translate. So for using this style, I need to import this from Angular animations. So once we have done this, what I need to do is I need to go in another state, and I am simply going to copy this for creating another state. Let's copy this. I'm going to paste it over here, and this should be something like new state, a new highlighted. In this, what I am going to pass is background color should be blue for me, and transform I am going to take it to 100 pixels. So once we have done this, let me remove this. What we need to have is something that is called transition. So it should be placed right after where we are closing the two states. So for closing the two states, we are closing over here, and we are showing going to say transition and transition should be, I'm going to say normal to new highlighted. I'm doing this because I want my behavior to be eitherwise, like it should go front or back. And I am going to pass animate is equal to 300, or let's say 1000, just to see the effect. We need to define this animate function over here, right? So it's saying it's expected. Let's see what we have mixed. Now what I am going to do is I am going to declare a variable, let's say state, and this state should be normal. So the two states which I have declared, normal and new highlighted, for that I am going to create a onAnimate method which we are calling on a button. So this dot state equals either normal, or I am going to simply say this dot state is equal to highlighted, this dot state. So either it could be highlighted or normal. So basically what I am going to do, I have done is like I have declared a variable state which is by default going to be normal, so my color should be red. And if it's red, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just move it to blue. So for this to work, what I need to do is I need to go in my component HTML file, and over here I need to declare at the rate div state is equal to my state, which is the variable that I have used. So for using this div state, what I need to make sure is like I need to import browser module, or like browser platform dynamic module. So what I will say, browser animations module, and these needs to be imported from import @angular platform, or I can say platform browser. And over here I need to make sure that I'm calling animations. So let's see what the error it is showing over here. So it's telling me declares an animation. This is a transition. I'm using these two states. Let's see if I have mixed something. Okay, so I need to close this state over here. So this is something that I missed. So now I can see that error is gone. Once we have done this, what we need to do is we need to go into our folder cd angular animation demo and simply run ng serve hyphen hyphen open. So the open argument would simply open a window for me and show the application running. So it will take some time to compile the application. So as you can see that the compilation process has started, as this is compiling for the first time. So now the compilation process has stopped or like completed. Let's try to open a browser. So now it has loaded up the browser. So now it's connecting. So something went wrong. So let's inspect what happened. So if I go in my console, I'm able to see that animation trigger div stage has failed to build due to the following error. Background color is not supported CSS property for animations. So let's get back to our place where we have defined our CSS. So let me get back to my CSS. My CSS is over here. This is my stage component.ts. So it's saying background. Okay. So this was like some error happened due to spelling mistake in background. So if I go in my application and see, I can see that it is giving me div state has not been registered. So these are good, like errors are coming. So we have simply created trigger div stage, and and in our component.html div state. Okay. So one more error related to spelling mistake. So let's fix this. Let's save it. Now everything should be working fine. So now we can see that the normal state has been loaded. So if I click on this animate button, so what I have said is go from 0 to 100 pixels, transform. Okay. So the animation is like very slow, or let's make this 200. So when I click on this button, what is happening is it's going from new to new highlighted. So one more error. Let me fix this. Now if I click on this animate button, you can see that this is going very fast. So if I change my animation to, let's say, 1000, now you are able to see my animation happening. Thanks for watching this video. Do subscribe and like this video and share it with your friends.